Welcome to today's edition of the Exploring Mining podcast, featuring stock news from TSX, TSXV, CSE, ASX, NASDAQ, and New York Stock Exchange mining companies, plus interviews with CEOs and leading experts. Hello everyone, this is Sam Mowers here. Welcome to another episode of the Exploring Mining podcast. For news today, we've got the latest from Copper Fox Metals, C3 Metals, OPHR Gold, and Straight Up Resources. But just before we jump into the show today, a quick reminder that if you enjoy this podcast, to please feel free to share it or leave us a review. And as always, I recommend also checking out some of the other podcasts on investorideas.com. This includes the Cannabis Podcast, the Clean Tech and Climate Change Podcast, along with many others, all of which will bring you up to speed on the latest stock news and trends in their respective spaces. All right, so Copper Fox Metals Inc., which trades on the TSXV under the ticker symbol CUU, has announced its first quarter operating and financial results. Elmer B. Stewart, president and CEO of the company, said, quote, "The 2022 program at Shaft Creek returned a number of higher-grade mineralized intercepts within the first 5-year pit outlined in the 2021 Shaft Creek Preliminary Economic Assessment. The 2023 work program includes geotechnical, metallurgical resource drilling, metallurgical test work, and a shift from quarterly to monthly environmental sampling, and is budgeted at $17.2 million, an increase of approximately $10 million over the 2022 budget. The 2023 exploration plans for Eaglehead, Mineral Mountain, and Sombrero Butte are nearing completion and will be announced when finalized." End quote. Stock for Copper Fox is down 4.76% at the time of recording. Next up, C3 Metals Inc., which trades on the TSXV as CCCM, has reported results from its initial scout drilling program at its 100% owned Arthur's Seat project in Jamaica, which is contiguous with its 100% owned Bellas Gate and Main Ridge projects to the southeast and west, respectively. According to the press release, 10 scout holes tested extensive epithermal quartz breccias exposed, making for a new and emerging porphyry epithermal belt. The company's president and CEO Dan Simons said, quote, "When we step back and evaluate our Jamaican portfolio, we now have 16 porphyry and 40 epithermal targets over a 30-kilometer strike after only 9 months of new data collection and interpretation of historical data. We intend to begin systematically drill testing the highest priority targets along what we believe is an emerging porphyry and epithermal belt." End quote. OPHR Gold Corp., which trades on the TSXV under the ticker OPHR, has closed the acquisition of 3 mining claims in James Bay, Quebec, Canada, from Troilus Gold Corporation. Troilus trades on the TSX under the ticker TLG. The claims, according to the press release, are contiguous to OPHR Gold's Radis lithium property. Troilus will retain a 2% net smelter royalty, or NSR, on the claims, and OPHR will have the option to purchase back 3/4 of that NSR for $1.5 million. Stock for OPHR Gold Corp is up 11.11% at the time of recording. Lastly, for today, Straight Up Resources Inc., which trades on the CSE under the ticker symbol ST, has completed its agreement to acquire a private company with an exclusive option to acquire a 100% interest, subject to a 2% net smelter returns royalty in the Opatica Lithium Project, located in the James Bay region of Quebec, Canada. Straight Up, according to the press release, has also acquired the private company's subsidiary, which is developing a technological method for battery metals refining, including the processing of black mass from spent lithium-ion batteries. Well, that does it for today's Exploring Mining podcast. If you'd like to be a guest or sponsor for this podcast, please contact investorideas.com. Investorideas.com reminds all listeners to read our disclaimers and disclosures on the investorideas.com website. All investment involves risk, and this podcast is not meant to be an endorsement to buy or sell securities or products. To hear more InvestorIdeas.com podcasts, please visit InvestorIdeas.com/audio. And a reminder, you can also hear our podcasts on Apple Podcasts, Audible, Spotify, TuneIn, Stitcher, Spreaker.com, iHeartRadio, and most audio platforms available.